Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Maria Morales with Fansided, and today I am joined by John Vitti, who is, I believe, the founder, correct?
Correct. Thank you for having
Uh, no, absolutely. Super excited to have you. And so, John is here today to talk to us about a really exciting development that's coming out in lieu of this week's massive UFC 264 event. So, John, with that, tell us a little bit about your new partnership and why our fans should really be excited about you joining us today.
Yeah, so versus game is a prediction game where you get paid if you're right. So we're letting people predict the outcome of culture, and that means different things to different people at different times. As
Mhm.
long as it's a real world event, people can play for fun, for free, win cool prizes and cash prizes, all profiting off of their knowledge. And we've partnered up with different organizations, like the UFC and a bunch of their fighters like DC and Luke Rockhold and some others. And they're putting out questions all the time around different fights that have been going on for a little bit now, for months. And players see the people, the general public see these questions, the fans of these fights, and they're like, oh my God, I think this is going to happen. I think, that's going to happen, right? And they get to test their knowledge and put their experience and all the research and the hours of watching
Mhm.
fights to the test. And now they get to actually play and have fun and make some cash.
Oh, wow. So, like high level, it's almost like a Trivial Pursuit. I don't know if you remember that game.
Of
I'm,
course.
I'm kind of
Look at these
dating
gray
myself
hairs.
right now.
Look at
Right,
these
right,
gray
right.
hairs.
Exactly. But, it's kind of almost like a Trivial Pursuit on steroids, where it's not just you need to know about one thing, you need to know about lots of things. So, as a fan, like if I wanted to come in and play the game, would I only be able to like play for UFC things, or it sounds like I could pretty much play on any topic I want, right?
Yeah, we have questions daily that are happening about Dogecoin and crypto, about the weather, about music and the Billboard charts. So it's all over the place. It's whatever's going on in the universe. We are kind of a reflection of that.
Right. That is an awesome concept, but I have to ask you, where did this idea come from?
Oh wow! So this basically, there's always water cooler talk of I think this company's do this stock is going to go here, whatever is going on, and people just talk about all this stuff, but no one's able to make money off of. Oh, I just heard this song on Spotify. I think it's going to be number one on Billboard. When's the last time you made money off of like a Cardi B song, right?
Yeah,
Probably never.
exactly.
Like we're the ones consuming all this stuff. We're the ones using it. So the genesis behind it is we consume so much content all day long. We naturally form opinions and predictions off of that content. It's that
Mhm.
primal reptilian part of our brain. We can't stop. It's fun. But when
Right.
was the last time we made money off of that? So our mission is simple. Knowledge should be rewarded.
Awesome. And so, like, because I know that you had a previous app that kind of had a similar concept in Market Star, right? That was almost the same thing, but not really.
Yeah, so MarketStar is basically our parent company. And yeah, we did a little pivot. That was all about stocks.
Right.
And we opened it up to be all about everything, as whatever's out there.
That is so awesome. So let me ask you, if as a new person that's playing this game, and really wishing this had been here years ago, like when BJ Penn basically murdered Sean Shirk in the cage,
Right?
because I was telling everybody like this is gonna happen, and nobody believed me.
That was
And
soft murder. Yeah.
oh my gosh, it was amazing. But in transitioning now to say, okay, I'm gonna play this game, how exactly does it work as far as, making money doing it, right? Because like I live in Maryland, for example, and so if I play DraftKings, there's only specific instances where I can bet and get paid out. So how do the mechanics of that work within the versus game?
Yeah, so it depends. We're state by state as well. But basically, what happens is you can go in and it's all in game or in-app purchases, just like Fortnite or Angry Birds or whatever game you play. You
Okay.
buy some coins in those games and you use those coins on a super cool sword or a gun or something, whatever you're into.
Mhm.
It's the same thing here. You buy the coins, but you use those coins on a prediction. So let's say you're
Mm.
into music and it's the Billboard Awards and it's the Weeknd versus Drake. Who's going to win top male artist? You see this game, you're into music, and I love Drake, and so then you're gonna put a bunch of coins in on Drake winning, right?
Mhm.
Or Drake's song being number one on the Billboard charts over the
Okay.
weekend, say.
Okay.
And then so the Billboard charts get republished that week. And oh, by the way, so what happens is I should skipping ahead here. What happens is, let's say you put some coins in on Drake. The
Mhm.
machine goes out and finds your match, just like Tinder. But in this
Mm.
scenario, your match is your opponent. So the machine goes out and looks at, Scooter and Zach and all these people that also picked Drake. It passes over all of them until it finds me. I'm on the other side. So then we match up one on one. I pick the Weeknd, you pick Drake. It's just me and you. No odds, no pool, no playing against the house, none of that concept at all. It's all microtransactions. You can't come in and think you're a boss and throw down $1,000. All very
Mm.
small money because we're just playing for fun.
Right, right.
Maybe win a few bucks. So then me and you match up. We have to go find matches for everyone else before the game ends. So then fast forward, you're looking at the Billboard charts. They get re-released and republished and updated, and Drake wins. So then you win your coins back plus my coins. Let's say you put $1 worth of coin in, and I put $1 worth of coins in. You win your coins back plus my coins minus our platform fee,
Okay.
and then you get to keep playing with your winnings, or you can cash out and buy real stuff with it.
Oh, wow. And so, like, are there minimums around when you can cash out? I mean, because like you said, it is for fun. So I would assume that a lot of people aren't coming in here throwing down like $1,000 on one game. So
Yeah,
how does that work?
yeah, you can't actually. The maximum is $100, and the minimum is free or $1. That's it. And most people literally just put $1 in or $2 in. It's all just small money, just for fun. And then you can cash out whenever you want. It's all like,
Awesome. So there's no minimum, like you don't have to have like $5 worth of coin or something like that before you can cash out.
it's a good question. I don't remember. I set that up a while ago, but there's some you can cash out at a small number of dollars as long as you play games. Yeah, it's just for fun. And then we have a lot of
Awesome.
celebrities in on it and influencers like Josh Richards, Jason Derulo, Kevin Durant, some amazing people that are asking questions. Because we actually opened this up so you can play games with celebrities and influencers. We actually opened this up to a self-serve model where people like you and me, anybody can go in and create a question and
Oh,
share it with
wow.
fans and audience, and then you can get a cut of those games as well.
Oh, wow. So if I wanted to basically hose my brothers, I could say, I'm going to go in, I'm going to set up this game, tell them, hey, come join this game. And because I set it up, I would also get a percentage of that. Am I understanding that correctly?
100%. That's right. You got it 100% correct. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That actually, that kind of ups the ante on your typical fight night, just conversations in the room, right? Because you go to these fight parties and everyone has an opinion, but nobody is like, well, first off, very few people walk around with cash these days anyway. So they
Yeah.
can't just say like, oh yeah, I'm going to throw down $20 right here. So this is kind of a way to have that type of fun with your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. But my biggest question and most important is, what do you think is going to happen? Poirier versus McGregor. This is the third.
Oh, oh, this is a really
What
tough
do you think
one.
about
Yeah, okay, I think it's gonna be a great fight either way.
it? I hope it is.
I have no doubt these guys always put on a great show. I think that's gonna be the case here. But if I have to go on the record, with with the prediction, I do think that Poirier pulls it out in the second.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
juicy.
I think, yeah, and this is hard for me
Why?
because
Because
I like.
he's just so hungry versus Connor's like sitting on stacks.
I think that's a small part of it. I'm looking at it more of the mechanics of how the first fight or how the first two fights went down. I think that Poirier's wrestling is just going to continue to improve and has improved. He's always been a dangerous striker. I think that Connor gave him the best that he could give him last time they fought, and I feel like he took it. He got rocked, but he took it.
He
I
rocked
think,
Dustin too, by the way.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He rocked Dustin, so but Dustin took it. Like
Yeah,
he rocked him, but it wasn't a repeat of the first fight, and so I just think that in that instance, I believe that Dustin will have put the work in.
yeah. So you
So
think this is interesting? I haven't heard this from anybody yet. I talked to a lot of people about it. So you think it could go to the ground? You think Dustin's going to go and take him down? Because that's the only way you can really beat Connor better or
I
easily.
think
Better.
I think he will. I think that, now all this goes out the window if he doesn't come out aggressive in the first, because Magic Mick is all about the first round.
Yeah.
So, if he makes it out the first without Connor really doing any damage, I believe that Dustin is better built for longer fights.
Now, this is a way more exciting question to me than like who's going to win. Is Dustin going to take Connor down? Is that going to be his game? And
I think so.
I would put let's put some money on
You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
it.
get that question going, because
Yeah, you
I
should
do
put the
believe.
question.
Yeah, I'll go in today and I'll put the question, and then I'll message you like, hey, the question is there, because
Sounds
I really do think that a key
so
to
good.
his victory is going to be using, if at the very minimum, threatening the ground game, but I think he will actually take him down.
See, that's such a good question. I never even thought of that because they've been standing up the whole time.
Yep.
They're always talking about changing it up, right? Expect
Hmm.
something new, and that would be super smart on Dustin's camp.
Absolutely. And look at when the fighters that have been successful against Connor, what have they done?
Oh, it's all
Look at
ground.
what, yeah, it's all ground every time. Every
Yeah,
time. So
yeah.
he'd be silly not to, in my opinion. But listen, I'm no one's coach, and I have to,
Well, we
full
could be.
transparency,
I don't think
full
McGregor's
trans
thinking about it.
well, I mean, full transparency. Like my kids wrestled. I'm a wrestling mom, so I believe very strongly in the power of the ground game in general. But it just makes sense.
It
But
does.
we'll see, because
You
we're
just
having this.
yeah.
Yeah, because we're having this conversation, and then, come Saturday night, 25 seconds into the first round, he knocks Dustin out. Like, who knows?
Oh, you never know. I mean, and I think that's really interesting. Now, that's a really interesting question. Thanks for
Yeah.
bringing that up. Yeah.
No, no, for sure. It's kind of weird being the interviewer that gets put on the other side and asked the question, right? Because I'm like,
Oh,
wait a
this is
second.
we're just having a conversation. It's all good.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let me ask you something, because obviously this is the biggest event of the year, hands down. I mean, I know that the UFC is going to have a couple of really big fights later on in the year with the heavyweights and some other guys, but I don't think that any event has the commercial appeal that this
Take a John
event will
Jones.
have. You you know what? I still, I mean, well, I don't think, I know, like Connor's still a bigger draw than John Jones. John Jones might come close, but it's not John Jones is never doing Connor numbers. Like that's just take it as a hot take. It's
John
not
versus
happening.
Francis. That'd be crazy though.
I think it would be crazy, but I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not
Connor
on
needs
the Yeah, and I'm not on the Jones at a heavyweight train just yet. Like I need to see something before I'm ready to crown him like the heavyweight king, because the heavyweight division has evolved beautifully over the last couple years. It's crazy. But with that said, and this being the biggest event of the year thus far and likely of the year, how are you guys prepared for the type of traffic that your app could see? Because we've seen in the gaming space multiple times that you have these huge launches of games, whether it's on a console or through a phone app, and there's so much buzz and excitement around them that they have all types of performance issues and crashing issues at these key times. So how have you and your team prepared for what could be a huge week for your app?
Yeah, we've been around for a couple years. Millions of people have already been playing it, so we're ready. Just through time, we're time tested. We're battle tested too. So
Nice, nice. So while our viewers may just be learning about Versus Game, you guys didn't just show up on the scene, a couple of months ago. Like clearly you
yeah,
guys have been preparing for this for a long time.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're all over the world. We got a lot of people playing, and it's just super fun. A lot of people creating games, people making some money. It's fun.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm going to be one of those people this week because
Nice.
now I'm in. I'm gonna
So
post this question.
yeah, if you post it, you can challenge a friend, you can challenge people, challenge me, find me on there.
I
And I'm
will. I will.
That's such an interesting question. I'm into
Yeah,
it.
I mean, and the thing is, with the way that this card is looking, there are so many opportunities in the game to have all of these really interesting questions, right? Like, you've got the heavyweights with Tuivasa and Greg Hardy, and that could either be complete fireworks or a snore fest. Who knows? You know what I mean? And I think that, like, it's such a great time for the spotlight to be placed on this game because it's perfect for this type of card.
Yeah. You should check out, so Daniel Cormier and Luke Rockhold, they're posting games about this weekend as well on Versus. So I think DC is gonna be ringside too, because it's a big event with Joe Rogan.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
should be. But listen, I if I have an opportunity to beat DC at his own game,
All
I'm
right.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So I
Let's
definitely got to check
go.
this out.
Let's
So
go.
last thing, John, obviously with all of these games and when you're dealing with currencies, digital currencies, you're looking at fees and things of that sort. Can you tell me a little bit about the fee structure that players should be aware of as they're playing the game and trying to cash out or add money, things of that sort?
Yeah, they put money in. There's no transaction fees until the game is over. So, and we take a transaction fee if you win the game, basically, when you want to cash out. So
Okay. And with that, like if I wanted to add money, can I just do it with my debit card? Do I have to do it through Venmo or PayPal? Like, what are the options for
yeah,
being able to basically fund your account?
yeah, debit card, credit card, PayPal, Skrill, all that. What if
You
you're
guys
whatever?
taking Bitcoin?
No, we have a lot of games about Bitcoin. So when people were not yet, I think one day when people were, losing money on Bitcoin, and it's all over the place right now, still
Mm-hmm.
like that way.
Yeah.
People were still making money on Versus game about crypto, all the coins, because they're not attached to the free market. I have this
Right.
that I think it's really cool, but a little old school, where your bank account is attached to the market, the free market, the people, the masses,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like Wall Street or Coinbase, just the hype and all the movement, right? I think my bank account should just be attached to my brain, my thoughts, right, and knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we provide at Versus.
That is amazing. Well, John, thank you so much for your time today. This is super exciting for our viewers. Obviously, if the game is available, it's just Versus Game, correct? And it's available in both the Apple Store and the Google Play Store.
Yep, and then also online as well. It's a mobile game, so just go to versusgame.com on any mobile browser like Chrome, Firefox, or yeah.
Awesome. Well, John, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Maria. I look forward to your game.
Yeah, I look forward to beating you at my game.
Let's go. Of course. Take care.